You have got to teach your kids, especially your kids that are hanging out with rich white kids. That is not good. You gotta stop letting them hang out with rich white kids. This Nolan Wells situation never should have happened.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
An 18-year-old kid goes out on a boat with his friends for the 4th of July. And by the time the weekend is over, there's a multi-agency search for him, a body recovered from the water, as well as a viral video that nobody can really explain. And one of the most well-known civil rights attorneys in this country involved in the case.
Has retained prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump saying in part, quote, "We will not rest until every fact about what happened to Nolan is brought into the light."
We know who Nolan was. He was an 18-year-old young man, a graduate of Ocean Springs High School in Mississippi, where he played multiple sports. And yes, I did say Mississippi. He had just finished his first year as a wide receiver for the Southwest Mississippi Community College, and he was set to go back the next season. All right, school would have started next month or a month after that. His high school football coach, Mr. Jake Bramlett, said Nolan was an exceptional kid, the kind of son, teammate, and friend that every coach hopes to have in his program. His principal, Dr. Jacob Dykes, remembered him as extremely kind and hardworking. This wasn't a stranger to his community, okay? Hundreds of people, including classmates, teammates, neighbors, literally mobilized to search for him within hours of him being reported missing. On Saturday, July 4th, Nolan went on a group trip with a group of his friends, all white. He was the only black one, on a boat to Horn Island. If you don't know it, Horn Island is a remote, underdeveloped barrier island about 10 miles off of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's a part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore. No bridges, no roads. You get there by boat, and that's it. He was out there celebrating the holiday, and Nolan was last seen around 3 in the afternoon on the northwest end of the island wearing blue swim trunks as well as sunglasses. Now, here's the detail that matters for everything that comes next. He did not leave the actual island with the rest of the group. From what investigators has understood, he chose to stay behind. And that really makes you think, like, he went out there with his friends. Why would they go on a boat in the water without him and he would stay behind? Doesn't make sense. Okay. So when it came to that night, Nolan did not come home. And just before midnight, his mother called the Jackson County Sheriff's Office to report him missing. At that point, nobody yet knew whether this was, a delay, but whether he was just late coming home or this was what it actually turned out to be. Then on Monday, July 6th, just before 8:45 a.m. in the morning, the National Park Service ranger found a body in the water off the northwestern tip of Horn Island. Later that day, Nolan's mother told the public she believed it was her son. And in her words, the family was, quote, absolutely devastated.
Give the family space and time. They are still processing this tragic event and all of Nolan's close friends. And we're still waiting for 100% confirmation. I'll assure you that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, we're looking at this whole case just like we would any other case. And we're going to be as thorough as we can.
Within 24 hours, a family friend named Leah Dennis set up a GoFundMe to help cover funeral costs as well as memorial costs. Now, on Tuesday, July 7th, the Jackson County coroner, Bruce Lynn, confirmed that the body was formally identified as Nolan through dental records. An autopsy was performed, quote unquote, by the state medical examiner that same day, but officials said the full results, including toxicology, could take about 2 weeks. So as of this recording today, July 8th, we still do not have an official cause of death. That same day, two things pushed this story into a much bigger conversation, okay? First, there was a video that was starting to circulate on TikTok showing what looks like a heated confrontation on Horn Island, all right? Reportedly filmed shortly before Nolan went missing and went viral. Not to mention, once again, he was the only fucking black person out there. Once again, Nolan was the only black guy out there. He was the only black person out there. So any kind of confrontation could have happened. Anything. I think we can all read in between the lines. Sheriff Ledbetter told TMZ that detectives have now interviewed several of Nolan's friends, other witnesses, and that so far everything they've gathered points to no crime, quote unquote, having been occurred. He was careful to say the investigation is still active and that it could change if new evidence was to come forward. Occurred in Mississippi. We can already pretty much put two and two together of what happened to this young man. It's absolutely sad. It's deplorable, it's despicable, and what's most evident is that it doesn't matter how much this family pushes and pushes, most likely they're going to pretty much get nowhere because they're black, the suspects are white, and it's Mississippi at the end of the day. Now you can say, yeah, we not slaves no more, yeah, we out of the civil rights era, but baby, it ain't much just changed. And as a black man in Mississippi, you ain't really got no rights. It is what it is. I would dare say that those boys that he was out on that trip with need to be investigated. Their family needs to be investigated. Their parents, their people who they're related to. Like, we need to dig into that. And I'm going to dig into that as well. Because from what I'm hearing, somebody in that friend group, okay, go back to that picture of them on that boat, right? Somebody in that friend group has a connection to the Klan. I cannot confirm who yet, but I can tell you guys that you heard it here first, that somebody in that friend group that he was cool with, right? Somebody in their family, if not them specifically, has a connection to the Ku Klux Klan. And I may even go further to say that what happened to Nolan was some sort of ritual initiation, is really what I'm hearing from my sources so far. So, this begs of a deeper conversation of, can you as a black person, can you afford to be the only black with whites? Have we moved backwards as a country when it comes to race relations since Donald Trump has been in office? Or are we as black people ever really safe around any other race? Like, there's a bunch of things to think of and a bunch of things to discuss when it comes to the situation. I will do my due diligence and continue to dig. I wanted some more details to come out first before I started to talk about it, because it is definitely a sensitive subject. But this is my first video of what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells. Look at this as a part one. I will be digging into the friend's background as a part two. I am the celebrity doctor, and although I am known for roasting celebrities and delivering comedy, this is a situation that is not funny in any kind of way. So we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to dig. And as you guys know, the more that we dig, the truth tends to pop out. So like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep my outro minimal. I love you guys, and I will catch you all later.
Now, before we dive back into the content, here's something you can actually do while you're bored at home. Play games and actually get paid for it. If you hit the link in my description box or the QR code that is on the screen, you can download and sign up for free right away. You'll actually get $10 if you sign up and you ain't even gotta start playing no games yet. It's very simple. Download, create an account with your email and password. It only takes seconds. Once you get inside, you'll see a wall of games and offers. Pick one you actually enjoy, play through the levels, and the cash lands straight into your free cash account. It's like turning your downtime into a side hustle without even noticing. Some people pull $10 to $20 a day. If you put in the effort, you can go a lot higher. You can spend a couple bucks in the game to hit levels faster, which lets you unlock the bigger offers and payouts. That's how some users end up earning hundreds or even 500 or more on certain offers. But you don't have to spend anything. You can stick to the free levels and still cash out. The whole point is that instead of sitting there scrolling on your phone and playing and emailing, you might as well be earning while you're on that device. When it's time to cash out, you got options like PayPal, or you can even get gift cards. So if you're curious, hit the link in the description box or scan the code on the screen, download and sign up for free, start playing for cash in your spare time, and when you use my link or QR code, you'll get a $10 bonus to kick things off.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.